Step into the vibe, oh yeah. Feel the rhythm rise high. We're living life, let's fly off tap life. Sky's the limit, no shy. Off tap life.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. Now listen, this one's really important because we've got to talk about 3-1 Atlas. But before we do, I just want to let you all know that I'm okay. I know some of you have been messaging me and wondering where I've been because it's been a little bit since I dropped another video, but I'm fine. All is good. And, you know, we're going to be getting back into that daily grind like we used to do. I know I keep saying that, but we are, you know, just sometimes, you know, mental health is important and things can get to you and make you feel a little bit blah, blah, meh, you know, that kind of thing. But, you know, it's all good. We get through it. We keep moving forward. And here we are back doing what we do. So that being said, guys, listen. This 3-1 Atlas situation is crazy, dude. Like, there is so many anomalies, that things that just don't fit the bill. You know that saying, if it doesn't walk like a duck, or if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, then it's a duck, right? Or something like that. Well, guess what? It's not walking like a duck. It's not quacking like a duck at all. It is not a duck, dude. People are saying that it's a comet. People, like, I mean, really, this particular person, Harvard physicist, freaking, like, he's saying that it's a spaceship, 40% chance. He is saying it's about a 40% chance he thinks it might be artificial or something like that. But, guys, you got to look at the facts here. Like, you can't just pretend like this thing is following the rules that we know to be the rules, because there's just too many things to be coincidences, right? Let me not just talk, like, there's so many things, you know, like the tail, you know, it doesn't have the tail. That's the big thing. A comet has the tail in the back. You know, you guys have seen a comet and the tail. It don't have the tail. There's no tail to be had, right? The funny thing is, it had a frontwards tail early on. A frontwards tail early on. That ain't that. It's like head, like facing towards the sun or something. That's not how it works with comets, man. That ecliptic plane or something. It's going the closest route to a bunch of planets, and this plane is so, like, the odds of that happening is like for a comet, you know, or something to be flying that plane is like 1 in a gazillion, something crazy, right? Like, it's that things, you know, it doesn't have, let me look. Let me just read this here for you guys, because I'm not gonna freaking sit here and make it sound like I'm the one saying this stuff. This is actual facts, okay? This is not a theory. This is not one of those videos where, you know, we're just brainstorming, thinking out of our asses, saying, hey, you know, I think it could be a spaceship, or I think it'd be artificial, I think it's that. No, we've got facts here that are suggesting that this thing is not a comet, and that it is probably, the way it's looking now, most likely artificial, meaning it could be a probe, it could be a mothership, it could be freaking something made by somebody. Like, on plot twist, it could be made by us from the future, sent back to the past. Like, but that's getting really crazy. But this could be alien, in other words, you know? It'd be cool, but then it'd kind of be a disappointment if it was us. Like, yeah, we just sent it back from the future. Hey, what's up? You know, that would kind of suck. I mean, it'd be cool, but it'd be like, nah, man, that just means we're still the only life around. Like, nah. Let me see some aliens or predators, something from the movies that we see. I mean, I don't really want to meet any, I mean, unless they're nice, you know, like E.T. aliens. You know, give them some Reese's Pieces and they cool with us. That's okay, but don't be like sending me no freaking predators unless they're nice predators, you know, nice aliens, you know, like, we don't want the scary ones, dude. Listen to this. The hypothesis, this is from Google, Gemini. Thank you, Gemini. Gemini, listen to what Gemini said, because I typed it in. I asked Gemini, I said, please list the reasons why. And look, I've heard the reasons. I've heard other people talking about it. I've watched a lot of videos on this. I've been really tuned into this because this is something that interests me. As you guys know on this channel, I do believe in this stuff. I have seen UFOs. I've seen ghosts. I've seen all kinds of stuff. But I'm a believer, okay, that the possibilities, like, you got to be kind of like just a little bit sad to not believe in the possibility that there could be other life in this big, crazy, billions and billions of planet-filled freaking universe, you know, the galaxies and the millions of zillions of star systems. Like, you know, come on, it's a little bit crazy to believe that there's nobody else, right? Like, I mean, so saying that, it's also crazy not to believe that this comet is potentially something more than it seems as well. Because I said comet, and it's not even, has not been proven to be a comet. It has not been proven not to be a comet, but it hasn't been proven to be a comet. But all the anomalies makes it kind of proof pretty much now that it ain't a comet, because you can't just have so many different, let me list them. Look. There's so many things. I asked Gemini, please list all the reasons why 3-1 Atlas is thought to potentially be an alien spaceship. Gemini said, the hypothesis that the interstellar object 3-1 Atlas is an alien spaceship or a piece of extraterrestrial technology stems from its exhibition of several anomalies. Not one, not two, not three, not four, several. Keyword several here, ladies and gentlemen, that are difficult to explain using only standard cometary models. This theory is primarily championed by Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb. That's that guy. That's the one I was talking about earlier, who previously made similar claims about the first interstellar object, how do you say that thing? Oumuamua, or something like that. Y'all know that one. That other one, which I also think something was fishy about that too. Now, you got to think about this, right? Suddenly, we've got 3 interstellar, like, objects that have come into our solar system within a short period of time, and we ain't never seen any interstellar objects prior to that. Now the argument might be, oh, we didn't have the ability to see them or something, blah blah blah, but come on, suddenly 3 interstellar objects, and like, even that Oumuamua one, it wasn't doing what it should have been doing. It was doing weird stuff. It was acting strange, and like, you know, it's not far-fetched to believe that maybe these are probes or something coming from the same, you know, race of other alien, whatever. It potentially it could be. We don't know. Hey, let me finish reading this. Listeners, the main reasons cited for the speculation are anomalous movement and acceleration, non-gravitational acceleration. Okay, like Oumuamua, whatever it's called. 3 Atlas showed signs of acceleration that could not be fully explained by the sun's gravity alone. You see that? That's why I said that last one was not acting right either. For natural comets, this is typically caused by outgassing, the jet-like expulsion of vaporized ice like water or CO2 from the nucleus. The engine hypothesis, when the observed non-gravitational push is calculated, suggests 3-1 Atlas would have had to shed a massive percentage of its mass, over 10%, as gas and dust. If the required amount of outgassing is not observed, if it lacks a prominent expected comet tail, for example, which it doesn't have one, there's no comet tail. The alternative proposed is that the acceleration is the technological signature of an internal engine or propulsion system. Propulsion system, guys, think about that. Now, someone has to make that. That's not something that just comes in nature. That's got to be made. That's That's artificial, man. Like unusual appearances and composition, distinct blue color. At its closest approach to the sun, perihelion or perihelion. Freaking, that's not a word I use every day. So if I ain't saying that right, I ain't using that word. I don't even remember hearing that word in school. 31 Atlas reportedly appeared distinctly bluer than the sun. Okay, this is a very surprising finding for a natural comet, whose dust is typically expected to be redder. The blue appearance, according to the theory, could potentially be explained by a hot engine or a source of artificial light rather than natural gas emissions. Think about that. Think about that. Right? But then there's more. Anomalous elemental ratios. Some analysis of the object's composition suggested that the ratio of elements like nickel to iron resembled that found in industrial alloys more than in natural space debris, fueling speculation about artificial origins. Wait, there's more. Peculiar trajectory. Freaking hell. Actually, to be fair, I don't really read much, like, like out loud. Do you know what I mean? Like I might read something on my phone just in my head, so I ain't perfecting it. I'm just kind of glancing through it. But I ain't like, I ain't reading out loud to people. So to be fair, like just anyways. I'm doing pretty good anyways. Stop it. Like I'm breaking stereotypes. If you know, you know. Anyways, trajectory. Proximity to orbital plane. That's the one I was talking about. The object's orbital plane is surprisingly close to the orbital planes of our solar system's planets. The ecliptic. Did I say that right? Ecliptic. That's what I was trying to say earlier. I probably even said it. But anyways, when you're reading it and say ecliptic plane, that's the one. That sounds perfect. While this could be a coincidence, it's not. Its low tilt to ecliptic is viewed as an advantageous freaking hell trajectory for an extraterrestrial intelligence seeking to easily access key planets Venus, Mars, Jupiter. Now, to be fair, just quickly, I have not slept much, guys. I've been struggling to sleep for the past few months. I've really been struggling. I have not been able to get great sleep whatsoever. It's been a struggle. The struggle's been real. I've even slept in, 48 hours right now, even 24 hours. Like I maybe had like 1 hour sleep, 2 hours, something like that in the past. Like I'm struggling with the sleep. I've been struggling with the sleep, so to be fair. But anyways, yo, that's crazy, dude. Now, access key planets, Venus, Mars, Jupiter. I don't know if I would, being someone from the solar system, would consider those the key planets in the solar system. I would kind of think Earth might be a key planet. But here's the thing. It was like the comet, like if you, oh man, this thing is messing up. If you are like a alien ship, because this thing went and it's like, maybe it's like already, who knows, right? Like seriously, already probably, man, you can't write this stuff. Everything is just gone crazy, dude. Just stay. If you're not going to be colored, just stay. Just something. Stop flashing. All right, now we missed our colors are gone. That's all right. We got the little strobe. Anyways, here's the thing, guys. If you were a mothership and you didn't want, if you was aliens and you didn't want the planet that you already knew had life on it, right? For whatever reason, they probably already know that there's life. They know the signatures of life. Maybe they've already even passed by with the other Ula one and already took pictures of Earth or whatever they were doing and checking it out, or other ships and things. I mean, we hear about UFO stuff all the time, so they've probably already checked out Earth. They probably already know we here. They probably checking out the rest of the solar system our solar system, to see what else is cooking, maybe just probing around, whatever, right? So if you didn't want, or, like maybe just, there's a lot of theories, right? Maybe they don't even know what planets here necessarily have Earth or signs of life, because, okay, for us, like we see water as a sign of life, right? So we're looking for those type of things, or oxygen in the atmosphere, different things to determine whether or not there's life in a planet, right? That all the different planets, when we're looking, are they in the Goldilocks zone? Are they in that place where this is the zone where life will flourish, right? Now, let's say if you're alien civilization and maybe the signs for life aren't the same as the signs of life that we know it to be. Like for them, maybe they don't need oxygen. Maybe they need freaking carbon dioxide, or maybe they need something else, right? I don't know, nitrogen or something. Maybe they don't need water. Maybe water's not life for them. Maybe for them, life is freaking, what's that? Sometimes methane, which, one of those planets has like methane oceans, or the moons of the planet or something has methane oceans or something. Like our oceans of water, there's a methane. As a matter of fact, I think was it one of Jupiter's moons or Saturn's moons or something? I don't know. I know, but I don't know. But I know, but I don't know, but I know. Anyways, what I do know is that maybe Earth to them doesn't look like maybe there's life here. Maybe to them it just like, that's probably no life there. Hypothetically, just saying. Or maybe they already know there's life here. Or maybe they don't want us to know that they know what we think that we know they know, but they don't want us to know that we know what they know. So they're hiding behind the sun, because like they went on the other side of the sun, so we couldn't like get clear shots of them. You know what I'm saying? Like that could be intentional, right? Because this thing has changed direction too, guys. By the way, it's changed direction. It's changed the direction. It's changed the speed, and it's doing stuff that ain't like seen to be normal for a comet, right? Listen to this though. So anyways, as I was saying, which one was we at? Yeah, check this out, guys. So to easily access key planets, Venus, Mars, and Jupiter, right? So it wants to get close up of those planets, right? For whatever reason, right? It could be positive, it could be negative, right? But let's just hope for positive things, right? Anyways, coincidence with the wow signal. This is crazy too, guys. There's a wow signal, okay? Speculative analysts suggested that 3-1 Atlas arrived from the direction that was coincident with the radio wow signal, a famous, highly unusual narrowband radio signal detected in 1977 within a small margin of error. So think about that. We had a signal in 1977 that to this day it's called wow, because it's like, wow. Like it legitly was a signal, that was being picked up, and kind of, it came from this area, this particular area of space, right? The same area where this happened to come from. Come on, right? If it's like 1977, and I mean, it takes time to travel through space, even if you got the technology. It still takes time. It's a big place. It takes lots and lots of time. Maybe they just getting here, or maybe the probes are just getting here, or maybe they've already been here. I mean, there's just so many possibilities. Possibilities are endless. Anyways, it is important to note that the overwhelming consensus among astronomers is that 3-1 Atlas is a natural comet exhibiting unusual but ultimately natural characteristics and outgassing dynamics that can be fully explained without invoking an artificial origin. And of course they're going to say that, right? Because they have to cover their butts, because at the end of the day, what's happening here, ladies and gentlemen, now that I'm finished the reading part, let me tell you what my thoughts are. Because look, as I said earlier, look, it ain't acting like a duck. If it is, it's a duck of another freaking color, species. It's a different type of acting like a duck. It's acting like a spaceship duck, right? Like, it's acting more like a spaceship or something artificial than it is acting like a comet. I mean, look, even Stevie Wonder can see that something ain't right with the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, guys, I know a lot of people really probably believe that this thing is probably artificial or spaceship, but they don't want to say it out loud. A lot of people don't want to be, they don't want to be saying this out loud, right? And a lot of people also believe that it is a comet because sometimes it's easier just to believe the believable thing, right? It's hard to sometimes put your mind in this thing like where it's actually here, a spaceship. Even though NASA, the government, like we've now had Congress, I mean, they've admitted that there has been unidentified flying objects, UFOs, freaking, unexplainable aerial phenomena, like there's stuff going on. They've already admitted it, that it's real, it's legit, that the stuff's going on, right? So it's almost kind of interesting that they've admitted that this stuff's going on. And now we've got something like this going on. And now they're trying to say, no, it's just a comet. Like, it's almost like, here's the thing, dude. Like, why, if they're not even humoring the idea, even though there's all these different things saying that, and showing, anomalies that showing that this is not acting like a comet, dude. This just is not. There's so many things. How many different things does it have to have before you start saying, okay, this can't be a coincidence? I mean, I just listed tons of them. There's probably some other ones too. I don't know if Jim and I got them all. But guys, here's the thing. You can't be closed mind to it, okay? You have to be open to the possibility. Like, a better answer to me would be, I'd like to hear them say, well, hey, yeah, we think it's a comet, but we also are open to the possibility that it's not a comet because it is doing some crazy stuff that doesn't seem to really follow what a comet does as far as we know, right? And there's science behind this stuff. Like, this is not just like, again, it's not just people just talking, saying random stuff. This is factual, scientific stuff, facts. This is stuff that's been proven, all right? Like the nickel content or something, like they were saying, like the fact that the way it's just built is more likely to be of a artificial type of situation than of a natural situation. Based on that alone, like, I mean, there's so many points here. And the scariest thing about all this, guys, is the really scary thing about this is if it is a mothership, if it is an alien craft, if it is something like that, do you know the scariest part of all of that is that we can't do anything about it? Like, seriously, if this was an alien mothership, 12 miles, by the way, this thing is like 12 miles long. 12 miles. Like, get your mind around. And here's okay, guys, think about this for a second, because it makes sense when you think about it. There is suns, planets, like way, way bigger than our sun and our earth. Like way, way bigger, right? So let's just say hypothetically, like, if there was another planet where it's like this huge planet, if they had alien creatures, they could be like bigger than us, dude. They could be like, we're like 8, well, we have maybe a couple. Let's say the average human, 6 foot tall or something like that, maybe. They've got freaking, maybe their average is 6 freaking, I was gonna say miles tall, but nah, that'd be crazy. I guess, I don't know. But you know what? What's a good answer? Freaking maybe 24 feet tall or something. I don't know. It's hard to even, we're just guessing here. I don't know, talking. but having a discussion about the possibilities. But I mean, they could be much, 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 much taller. It's like giants, right? They could be, to us, we'd looking, wow, look, it's a jolly green giant. They could be crazy. We like this, you know, like ants. Like we look at ants, and ants are like, and we're like, you know, and maybe that's why a lot of aliens don't come and hang out and visit us, because like we're like ants to them. We're like insignificant. Like it's like, look, the ants over there, like. You know what I'm saying? Like they could be supersized. So 12-mile size ship seems to us big, but if they're big, 12 miles could be equivalent to what 12 feet is to us. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Like size based on size. Like if you're really big, 12 miles is going to seem small to you. Where if you're really small, 12 miles is going to seem big, right? You get what I'm saying? You understand the logic. All I'm saying is that for us, anyways, to get our mind around something that's 12 miles long flying in space, I mean, come on, dude, that's crazy, right? So all I'm saying is that we need to actually be open to the possibility, because we need to be prepared for this kind of stuff, because especially if they're admitting that there is UFOs and all this kind of stuff going on, you know, like they're admitting it. They're not even denying it now. Like Congress, respectable, actual legit people are coming out and like confirming that, yeah, it's legit. You know, we've heard a lot of rumors and things over the years, and look, millions of people have claimed to have been abducted or have seen UFOs or all this kind of stuff. Like, you can't tell me the entire planet is just crazy and just, you know, there's too many people saying stuff for it all to be just, no, it's just, your planet's basically nut. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, there's a lot of nutty people, but there's a lot of people saying the same things. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that could be alien. Like aliens. Let's just play it for light. just have some fun. But yeah, guys, look, seriously, I'm telling you, it is one of those situations where we have to start really taking this stuff really serious and not just assuming it's a comet, because we have to be prepared for whatever it is, if it is something worse than just a comet. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I say worse, just doesn't mean that aliens, if it is alien or something, doesn't also just immediately mean that they're bad or hostile or anything like that. They could be friendly. I would hope that they are really just nice, friendly, you know, hey, what's up? Yo, what's up? Hey, you want to know the meaning of life? Hey, we figured that out freaking a few billion years ago. Yo, really? Yeah, so, you know, something like that. Like, hey, you want some tea? Hey, come on over. Yeah, oh, do you like lemon and sugar? Yeah, yeah. Like, they could be cool, and that would be great. We automatically assume the worst, you know, because we make horror movies and scary movies, and all the aliens are always usually these freaking, like, yeah, scary, bad, intended creatures, you know, but at the end of the day, they could be really cool. And that would be the best case scenario, really, because if they're not, we're screwed. We can't. What are we gonna do? We can't even go back to the moon, dude. Like, I mean, we're struggling. This is the thing, guys. Again, this is the thing. There's so many crazy things when you think about our whole everything, right? Like, so apparently, allegedly, the story goes, which, again, controversial at this stage. People believe we've gone to the moon, and people believe we haven't gone to the moon, and it was all faked and whatever, and blah, blah, blah. I mean, there would be an argument to be made based on the fact that, well, why is it so hard for us to go back to the moon? It seems like it's just this real challenge suddenly. I mean, if with the technology advances that we've had in the, how many years has it been? 50, 60, 70 years or something since we did the whole moon thing before? That's fun. So yeah, you know, the whole situation is crazy, right? Like, we shouldn't even be attempting to go back to the moon should be like a no-brainer. We should have been able to just go there anytime easily now. Like, yeah, we just go and come as we will, you know what I'm saying? And now we should be already, like, I feel we're behind schedule. Why aren't we already on Mars? We should already be on Mars. If we've already been in the moon, like, think about this. If we was already in the moon 60 years ago or some craziness, well, geez, I think we should be already on Mars by now. We're a bit behind schedule. 60 years and we can't figure it out. Come on, something's, you know what I'm saying? You know, just something's a bit. Now, there's some people who believe we don't go back to the moon because basically we saw something up there that we weren't prepared for, you know. Some, like, again, probably a comet. And they seen something up there that they ain't supposed to see, that they didn't want to see because it scared them, because it was probably alien or something. They like, maybe the alien probably even told them, don't you come back up here. Don't you come back up here. Y'all stay down there and don't you come back up here. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? And maybe they saw nothing at all. But they always just saying about the dark side of the moon and stuff, you know, blah, 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 blah. Like, I don't know. All I know is that there's a lot of crazy stuff going on. You know, last year, think about what happened last year. It was crazy. All the reports, that wasn't last year, was that? That was just a few months ago, wasn't it? That was like, was that last year? Was that like 7 months ago? I don't even know. Time flies. But all the New Jersey drones, remember all that? And then the drones are, some people are seeing them all over the world. People are seeing all these freaking drones, these UFO, whatever, unidentified flying objects and stuff all over the world, like everywhere. It was being reported all over the place. What happened to that situation? It's funny how things are suddenly in the news and there's this big deal and then it just kind of just, you know, hush, like COVID, right? Even though it's still there, it's still going on. Apparently all these UFOs and all this stuff is still going on. A lot of stuff's going on. But, you know, media, you know, it's the government allegedly, you know, hey, we might need y'all to stop reporting on that. You know, let's not get the public crazy. Let's not get them thinking, you know, all this crazy stuff. We don't want fear to be up there, even though they've admitted that UFOs exist now. So you've already put the fear out there. And why did they do that? After denying it for so long, like, why would they suddenly admit that, yes, UFOs are real and make this big deal about it? Like, they made a point to really make sure that we all know that, yeah, there's stuff going on that we can't keep up with. There's spaceships that we can't keep up with. They're like, they're doing stuff that maneuvering like we ain't never seen, that we can't do. We can't, like, they really want us to know this. You know what I'm saying? And now there's this like potential mothership out there. And they're like, yeah, we don't want them to know about that one. Because there was a thing. Apparently NASA, there's a whole, you know, conspiracy about that too. Like the whole, why the timing of the government, you know, being shut down, you know, back home in the States. The government shut down, guys. The government is shut down. And they have, like, NASA, therefore, not taking the photos, or maybe they did take them, but they're not releasing them, or whatever the reason, but due to the government shutdown, apparently you know, the Atlas photos that could have been taken with the Mars rover or something that's really close, or something, the Mars something, we've got stuff around, like there's something closer that could have a satellite or something that could have really gotten some really great pictures early on when it was super close to Mars or something, and it, with the convenience of it being a government shutdown. Like, it's like the one time when we really need them to be on their A game, and, you know, they're not available. You know what I'm saying? There's conspiracies around that. Like, you know, it could just be a coincidence. You know, people keep saying, oh, it's all coincidences. I mean, there's a list of coincidences in this particular story, but that's a lot of coincidence. You got to admit that there's a lot of coincidence going on with this 3-1 Atlas, right? If that's the case, if all of this is just coincidences, that's a lot of coincidences. I mean, some people would say even two coincidences, it's just far-fetched, right? You've got a bunch of different things and you're going to tell me it's a coincidence? Come on, dude. All I'm saying is that, yeah, something is kind of just like, I don't know. What do you guys think? I need to know what you guys think. So we're going to have to do a follow-up video on this. I know I also got to do a follow-up video on the other video that I said we're going to do a follow-up on, because it's kind of all the stuff is all very, you know, just crazy, right? There's just so many unanswered questions. There's just so many things that don't add up. They don't make sense in our whole situation here on Earth. Like, there's so many things. It's like, doesn't add up. None of it makes sense. None of it. You know? So many things. So all I know is that, there it goes, man. We got something going on. It could be like the aliens. They sending me a message. What? Timmy's in the well? Really, the first thing that aliens say when they come, you know, and they send a message. Imagine this message is coming through. It's like, oh, guys, look, they're sending us a message. Quick, someone figure out what they're saying. Timmy. First word's Timmy. Timmy. Oh, what? Timmy is in the well. Oh my gosh, guys. I don't know. I just know that there's more to this whole situation. And there's definitely, the odds are stacked in favor. If you want to be honest, if you want to keep it 100, if you want to be completely truthful to yourself and to just the situation, that this does not seem to be a comet at all. Like, this is probably alien, some type of alien something, right? Well, we know it's alien, even if it's not alien. I mean, it's not from our neck of the woods, so it's alien regardless, right? Because it's not from here. It don't go here, you know what I mean? So it's not from here, but it is definitely, you know, probably something more than just a rock that's just flying through the sky. I mean, it's probably something a bit more unnatural. Okay. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. We will do a follow-up video on this, because this is one of those discussions that I think is going to be a big discussion type of situation for a while to come. Because the thing that sucks, the other thing I was going to say is that the one other thing that really sucks about this is that we may never know the truth. And that's scary too, right? Like, that we may not even know the truth. And it's like, we don't even know, like, we can't, it's like we can't even fly. Like, that thing is moving really fast, first of all. So we can't even send a ship or like one of our spacecraft or something. We can't even send anything to go up and catch it. Like, we can't catch it. We can't go fly. You know, we're in a freaking crappy situation as is, because even if, let's say we can see stuff and we, you know, we've got this idea, like all this information that we have now is great. It's like, oh, cool. We can't really investigate further. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have the ability to go and just send one of our freaking space shuttles and go and fly. And, you know, I mean, in the movies we can do it. Like, you know, Bruce Willis, freaking fantastic. You know, like, we can do it in the movies, but in real life, we can't yet. Or can we? That's another thing. See, what can we really do? There's a lot of things we probably can do, but we aren't in the loop, so we don't know that we already doing stuff. Because they don't want us to know yet. We're in the dark about a few things, you know what I'm saying? And maybe we already are doing it in the future. Again, there's that whole future thing and coming back to the past, and maybe like this different dimensions and alternate realities. And I mean, you could just go on and on and on with this whole conversation, can't you? Like, I mean, parallel universes. I mean, there's just so many things, right? But all I know is that somehow, some way, this whole scenario, this whole situation, like, it's not adding up, right? Like, if you really think about it, this stuff, I think about this kind of stuff all the time, guys. Like, I really do. I think about all this stuff. I think about our existence. I think about how it just doesn't make sense. Again, you know, all the different theories, the Big Bang Theory, all this stuff, like, nothing makes sense. There's just so many things that just don't fit. It doesn't add up, right? There's just so many things that just, like, doesn't make sense, right? So I don't know, guys. All I know is that this whole scenario is, like, really painful, because if this is really aliens or something, like, we can't even, you know what I mean? We can't do anything. You know, we can't even call them. Like, we like, hey, send them a message real quick. Like, maybe we can, but maybe we can't. But maybe they don't want to hear us. You know, maybe they don't care. I don't know. All I know is that, you know, in a perfect world, we could go and just fly a ship over there and be like, yo, let's go check it out. We'll investigate. And we'll find out what's really going on. I feel like we're behind schedule with all that stuff. I really do, man. I feel like if everything happened the way it's supposedly have happened, again, I just feel like we would already be able to have more of a space presence. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, my lights are going crazy, dude. You gotta admit, what's the odds? My lights are doing crazy stuff, guys. I am not making this stuff up. Look what's going on, dude. Like, y'all have watched how many of my videos? Guys, be seriously, let's be real here. I've made thousands and thousands of videos. These lights, you guys have seen these lights in a zillion videos, and you ain't never seen them going all crazy like this. This could be alien. They tried to say, we are here. You're on the right track. Let them know. Tell them right now. I mean, this could be some type of code. I ain't figuring it out. I ain't got the patience. I'm not the one to be figuring out your secret alien Morse code. I'm not that person. So stop flashing the lights. You know, I acknowledge you're here. I'm a believer. So I know you're there. I thank you for letting my viewers, and we all appreciate you letting us know. But all I'm saying is, stop now. Okay, you're disrupting the video. I ain't figuring out your code. But guys, this is such an interesting topic. I really love talking about this stuff. I love having deep dives into conversations like this. You know what I mean? Like, I really love talking about this kind of stuff because it is fascinating and it's thought-provoking, and it is something we shouldn't be afraid to talk about and to discuss and to give our thoughts and our opinions on, right? We shouldn't be afraid of that. We should embrace it, because at the end of the day, if some aliens do end up revealing themselves here, again, maybe they've already done that. Maybe they're doing that all the time and we don't know. Again, we don't know what we don't know. But all I'm saying is that if they officially decide to be like making their presence known in a big major way, like, you know, big spaceship like in the movies come in, and then, you know, they freaking, you know, project down, or they say something, or they like, we gotta be ready, dude. We gotta be prepared for whatever might seem like crazy, right? Because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like, anything is possible. You know, the things that you think are the least possible things are probably the things are the most probable. Like, think about it. You know what I mean? Like, in life, there's so many things that are just thought to be not possible, right? Or probable. But in reality, they're probably the things that are most likely to be probable, to be reality. And when you have, again, a duck that is not quacking, when you have a duck that doesn't look like the duck that you think it would look like, in fact, it looks more like a goose or something else. I mean, you gotta freaking have a list of all these little things, these facts that kind of add up like we have now, which are not coincidences. They're anomalies which actually favor the possibility that what we are experiencing and seeing, ladies and gentlemen, is proof that we're not alone, which we already probably know that. And we probably all have our own stories. Like I said, I've seen UFO. I've seen a couple. I've seen more. I've told some of my UFO stories. I'm going to do some more sharing of this stuff in some new videos, because I got a lot of new audience people here who don't know these stories. You have to watch a bunch of my old videos to know. So maybe I'll make some updated ones about stuff that I've experienced that defies logic, that absolutely, you know, as far as I'm concerned, proves that, yeah, something is going on that is not from here. So anyways, let me know what you think in the comments. Let's keep this conversation going. Put all your thoughts down in the comments, all your questions, all the things you believe. And it can be whatever you believe. You can believe that it's a comet. You can believe that it's something else. You can believe whatever you want to believe. Whatever your thoughts really are, put them in the comments. Let's talk about this. I want to do another video on this, and I'm going to go through all your comments, and I'm going to discuss it, and we're going to really dive deep. We're going to dive deep because, yeah, we need to do it. It needs to be done. We need to really start really putting more focus and energy as a species, right? As people who are trapped on this planet. Because most of us are here, you know, because they were born here. But I believe there's some who have not been born here. I believe that, you know, some of us are definitely not from here. Just saying, I'm not from here. I'm going to tell you guys that. I'm not. There's no way. There's no way. You guys are crazy, man. I ain't from here. I can't be. No, there's just no way. When I look up in the night sky, I see a star that feels like home. Seriously, always have. I look up in the sky and yeah, I'm from there. It ain't this, I ain't, no. Y'all weird. But yeah, look, seriously, we should be embracing this stuff. We should be talking about it. We should be open to the possibilities, and we should really start having plans and ideas of what would we do? What would we do? Because I tell you one thing, it ain't going to be like the movies where somehow we get Will Smith and he saves the day. You know, Bruce Willis, all these freaking types of movies that we've had. Like, it ain't going to be like that, guys. Like, it's going to be like serious. You know, no Hollywood special effects to help get us out the situation. Like, it's gonna be crazy, dude. Like, imagine, what would you do? What would you do? Freaking hell. The thought is crazy. Like, when you think about, do you just ever sit and think about this stuff? I do. I just sit sometimes and I'm just like, man, that would be like, oh. I mean, imagine, and this is probably one of the other reasons why they don't really, like, if you knew, let's say if NASA 100% knew that 31 Atlas was an alien mothership, right? And it was like legit just near our, you know, planet, right? It's in our solar system. And we're like knowing that this is a mothership 12 miles wide. We know for a fact that, first of all, if any species, alien type of existence, creature, whatever you want to call them, if they've been able to travel to our solar system, period, even if they were in a freaking, not even, 1 foot, even if it was in a mini craft, like, the ability to get here, period, is already going to be like, yo, seriously, that's already stuff we can't do. So if you're then talking about a 12-mile wide ship that is in our solar system, that has come from freaking the WOW signal in 77 or some craziness, dude, and it's here now, and they've been able to travel to here in their 12-mile wide ship thing, we already know, like, we can't do anything about it. If they come in, they come in, and we can't stop them. Because they've managed to do that. They can do stuff we can't do. What are we going to do? We're going to just be freaking. So it would probably cause mass hysteria. It'd probably freak a lot of people out. It'd probably cause a lot of people to be like, oh my gosh, this is the end of the world. Like, I mean, I think a lot of people would freaking lose their mind, because it would be scary. It'd be terrifying. And maybe that's the thing, though. Maybe that's why they started telling us that, yeah, UFOs are real and stuff. I mean, you kind of can't hide it anymore in this time, of our existence, because of technology. This is crazy. My lights have just gone crazy, dude. It's nuts. You can't hide this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, there's a time when technology hadn't advanced as much, and you could probably hide it a bit more, this kind of stuff. But people have got their own freaking, like, super dope telescopes and things to look into space, and we've all got cameras and stuff and all kinds of things and drones and videos. Like, we've got things to capture stuff ourselves now. So I believe it's probably, like, just become too hard to even hide that kind of stuff, right? Like, you know what I mean? This thing is just completely now just gone crazy. Oh gosh, that's funny. Anyways, yeah, guys, like, I mean, so maybe they just had to feel like we can't keep pretending like nothing's going on, because it's too easy for anyone to, prove that there is stuff going on now. So they can't hide it. You know what I mean? It's just too hard. Technology has advanced to the point where everyone can be an amateur astronomer now, you know what I mean? And whatever. And do stuff in the comfort of their backyard. Like, I seen a photo of some, like, amateur dude who managed to take a photo of freaking 3-1 Atlas. And he's the one of the photos that actually proves there's no tail. Like, just crazy stuff, man. So, but yeah, so maybe they, like, let's say hypothetically, even our government's actually even been in talks with, oh, there we go, that changed colors. Let's just say hypothetically they've been in talks with the aliens, right? Where they've actually been having conversations already. And let's just say hypothetically, what if this thing's crazy. Humans are crazy, right? And stupid. And maybe they said something that the aliens didn't like. And now the aliens like, hey, we're going to come and pay you a visit. And and not in a good way. We're not bringing, cupcakes and brownies and, any, holy crap, dude, you can't write this. My monitor just flashed out now. Dude, crazy things are going on in here right now. I just watched my monitor screen just go to black. And this thing has started flashing again and again. My thing is just, there's just so much going on right now. But yeah, so maybe they know that something is going on. And I'm going to end this video because this light situation is actually annoying me. I'm going to have to end this video, guys. There's stuff going on. There's too much going on. This is like crazy. It's messing with my video, man. Oh, it's so annoying. Anyways, guys, that's technology. Or maybe it's not the technology that's the problem. Maybe it's There. Something else. Anyways, thank you guys for this podcast on 3-1 Atlas. Make sure you're subscribed, all notifications on, all that kind of stuff, because yeah, we're gonna keep on diving in next time. Hopefully our alien friends don't keep attempting to contact us because it's just rude. You guys know you're being rude. I don't even know why you're okay. Yeah, I know I'm on the right path. I know that you know that I know what you. Yeah, I know. We know. A lot of us know. Calm down. Jeez. They think it's funny now. I think they're doing it just to be funny now. They're just playing games. Y'all try to be funny. Y'all think that's funny. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you guys as always. Remember to unfool us. Keep it off tap. Off tap out. We gotta get out of here. I'll catch you guys later for another vlog.